What's the fastest way in your mind to get double-digit revenue growth just using the resources you already have in your company? Find out exactly how you can do that in this episode of The Andy Eilers Show. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like if you had a personal and professional coach working with your team to make them better, that your revenue would increase? Because if you do, like many of my other clients, I believe that we could work together to put a very specific, specialized, and customized program in place for you so that I could help you grow that revenue starting now. The way that it would work would be very simple. We would get together, we would talk about what it is that you do, what product or service you're selling, what programs you want to sell in the future, how you want to grow your business, how you want to grow your revenue, and see whether or not it makes sense to have a personal and professional coach with over 30 years of experience coaching and helping other people get better, and a master's degree in organizational psychology working with you and your team. So I can work individually with small groups, medium groups, large groups. It doesn't matter if you're a small company, a medium-sized company, or a large company. I've worked with corporate America, and I've worked with mom and pops, and anywhere in between. The fact is, people are people. And if you know anything about how the subconscious mind works and how psychology works, it's very simple. Everybody wakes up with a motivation on a daily basis, or in some cases, a lack of motivation. And I'm sure you've seen both. So the question is, who are your people? What sort of motivations do they have? How do they wake up every day, and how excited are they about coming to work every day for you and your company? Let's be honest. Statistics show that 85% of people in this country wake up every day and go to a job that they hate. Does that sound like something that you could fix? Let me ask you this. Let's imagine you have 10 people in company A over here, and they're coming to work every day not that excited about what they're doing. They're putting in their time, they're putting in their hours, and you're getting minimal results from them. Or company B over here, they have a coach, somebody who's working with them on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis to get them to that next level. Which one do you think is going to be more successful? Here's what I've learned over the many years that I've worked with teams and individuals, is that everybody wants to do well. Nobody wants to be the one holding the team back. Nobody wants to be the one in the chain who's the weak link. But the reality is, sometimes they're just not being taught the correct way based on how they learn. Would it surprise you to know that people learn one of two ways? They're either listeners or they're readers. And the reality is there might even be a third way that if you've seen, which is actually doing whatever it is, okay? So if you're looking at listening to something and learning that way, being an auditory learner in other words, a kinesthetic is that person in the middle who's actually doing it, or you're reading and watching somebody else do it, a visual learner. So you've got all these different ways of learning, but the reality is if you don't know how your people learn, and they aren't telling you because they're trying to take in the information that you're giving them on a daily basis, they're trying to do the best they can, they don't want to be that weak link, then you're only moving time forward slowly. You're not helping them get better, your company's not getting better, and your revenue is not growing. What I want to do for you is to come in and sit down with all of my background and everything that you want to accomplish and work together to get that team humming at the top level, working together, that collaboration, that communication, that synergy, that energy, everything happening toward one common goal, to make your company the best in the industry that you're in. That's going to start with you and I sitting down, again, figuring out who you are, figuring out who your people are, figuring out what their motivations are. And we can do that very quickly because you already know your people pretty well, hopefully, or somebody in your organization does, so that we're able to sit down and come up with those ideas, put those on paper, and work together to start formally and in a customized way, putting a plan together that will help you get to your goals and help your people become better. Les Brown said it best. The problem with most people is not that they set their goals too high and miss them. The problem with most people is that they set their goals too low and hit them. And I'm going to bet you that people on your team right now are coming to work every day with a low goal or a low bar that if they're able to hit in their mind, they believe they're doing well. Maybe they're comparing themselves to the person next door doing the same job. And as long as they're keeping up with them, they believe that's good enough. Is that the type of person you want working in your company? Or is it somebody that sees that I can always be doing better? I can always be improving. I can always help the company grow if I'm getting better myself. So if I know that I want to be better, and I know that there are tools and help that I can get and customized training to make sure that I'm better, that's the kind of company I want to work with. So what I want to leave you with is this: 30 years of performance, personal and professional development. That's what I do. Getting a master's degree in organizational psychology so that I can better understand your organization, better understand your goals and dreams as an individual, and then help you do the same for all the people who work with you. Imagine what I could do for you. The fact is, it doesn't matter what the product is, it doesn't matter what the service is. It's all about your people and making them better. If you like this episode and you want to learn how to speak sales as a second language, email me at the address below and let's get started.